Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Real Thoughts with Bob Benham. I am your host, Bob Benham, and I appreciate you coming and checking out my newest episode. And boy, we've got a lot to talk about again. Um, it's amazing how things kind of just keep piling on, isn't it? We've got plenty going on with what the wonderful Democrats have been doing in continuing to vote against the continuing resolution to open the government back up. These are some stupid people. That's all you can say about them. They are stupid people. But $1.5 trillion. $1.5 trillion is what they want to add to our deficit and debt. This country's already $38 trillion in debt. That is, I can't believe that we're in that kind of debt. And that's just been since the last 12 years. Well, let's make it 16 years. No. Well, since President Bush, he started the spending spree that our wonderful government is on, and they've just continued it ever since. And they just keep printing money and throwing it out there and spending like there's no tomorrow. And they feel as if print it and spend it is the appropriate thing to do. And the problem is there's going to be a point in time where it's all going to come to an end. I mean, it has to. And we're all on the hook for it as taxpayers. And what kills me is somehow we are going to have to figure it out. As far as how the hell we're going to pay for it. It's not like the Fed is going to print more money to pay for it, because the money is there. As far as I'm concerned, our money doesn't mean anything. When you look at the actual value of our money, it really doesn't mean anything. It's not backed by anything. There's nothing backing it. It's just paper, and it's got a number printed on it, and that's it. It's not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It's not backed by anything of any value. So who cares? When President Nixon, I think it was President Nixon, devalued it by eliminating it being backed by gold. That was pretty much the end of our money being worth anything. Um, because really, in essence, um, it just like I said, it made it to the point where uh, our our money's just not worth anything. It doesn't mean anything. Um, and I think I don't. I mean I don't. Yeah, I've heard all these, read about these things where the U.S. is not really a country. It's just it's a corporation, um, and I've read this thing that we're under martial law and have been since the war between the states. The martial law has never been lifted. We really don't have a government because Washington D.C. is not part of the United States. It's its separate. It's a separate entity. Um, all these crazy things. Is it true? Uh, it- there's all these conspiracy theories and all these theories out there that s- it definitely says it's possible. I mean, the way they have these people can spin things and make it sound that way. Um, is there any truth to it? I don't know. I haven't read enough about it. Uh, the thing I know myself personally, um, I know that my loyalty is to the Constitution of the United States of America. Um, so that's where my loyalty lays, and it always will lay at that document. Um, my belief is that that's the United States of America, and that's what it is based off of. Um, that's the law of the land. If it's not, then we're in trouble. The thing of it is that we have to believe as a people that that's what we have. And if for some reason we're not believing that, then we have issues. The Democrats definitely don't believe in the Constitution. You look at where they're at. they're excuse me, they're out to lunch. I mean, they have gone full blown Democrat, socialist, communist, uh, full lefty. Um, I mean, they're even Islamist. They've embraced all that all the way, 100%. The I mean, look what they're doing in New York City. Um, That's just from what happened on September 11th of 2001 when the Twin Towers fell. And all those people were killed. And of course, they play this game of conspiracy theories with that too, saying, "Oh no, it wasn't brought down by terrorists. It was brought down by uh, military aircraft and blah 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 blah." You know, Dick Cheney was leading that. Blah 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 blah. This that. No, no. I don't care what these boneheaded people say. Um, the terrorists brought it down. Uh, it's it's crazy. We said never forget, meaning never forget who did this to us. The terrorists, the Muslim terrorists. And now New York is about to elect a Muslim mayor. 24 years. That's all that's passed since that day. 24 years. Very, very short sighted to be electing a Muslim mayor. What's sad about this is that he's a Democrat Socialist Communist, Islamic, and a radical Islamic mayor. He doesn't disavow any of the radical Islamic activity. He doesn't disavow it. And when you don't disavow it, that means you're for it. He has sidestepped every bit of it in his interviews. There's video, plenty of video of him talking about it in support of it. And there's pictures of him with terrorists that have did the first World Trade Center bombing back in 1993. The co-conspirators, the unindicted co-conspirator. He's with them in a picture, smiling. I have a big problem with that. I have a huge problem with that. That's treason. He is not at all for the United States of America. He is not an American at all. Not. And yet, he is going to end up being mayor of New York City, the largest city in the United States. How is that possible? And then you got this whole thing with the Obamacare subsidies, the Affordable Care Act, which there is nothing affordable about it, never has been, never will be. Otherwise, there wouldn't need to be subsidies attached to it. I had to take part in Obamacare for a year, and I had to pay $1,900 a month for an individual medical policy that I couldn't use because I wasn't living in the zip code where I had to purchase the policy at. Does that make sense? No. You can't purchase a PPO policy through the healthcare.gov thing. They're only HMO policies, which means you have to stay within the zip code of where your tax returns are filed. So let's say you live in downtown Columbus. The zip code is 43215. Okay? So you live within that zip code. That's where your HMO is for your health care. So now you have to find a primary care doctor within that zip code. Now, once you find a doctor within that zip code, that doctor now can send and refer you to other doctors within his network in that zip code. Everything is concentrated in that zip code. You can't leave that zip code for health care. That's the Affordable Care Act. Now, along with that $1,900 a month that I was paying for that Obamacare plan, which, by the way, was over half my pension check each month, the deductible on that plan was $5,000. So I had to eat the first $5,000. So all my medical expenses. So every medical expense that I had, I had to eat the first $5,000. So, doctor visit, automatically I had to pay it. Go to the, uh, um, oh, what are those places for urgent cares for whatever. It was out of my pocket till I hit $5,000. So then the plan kicked in after I hit that $5,000 deductible. Then it was 80/20. They paid 80, I paid 20% until I hit a $14,000 out of pocket. $14,000 out of pocket. Then they paid it all. They 100% paid. Who is going to hit that $14,000 out of pocket in a year unless something catastrophic happened? Heck, it took me almost a year to hit the $5,000 in deductible before the 80 I could get to the 80/20 part. Plus $1,900 a month. That stuff is designed to break you, not help you. And they're worried about now, oh, it you know, you we the Democrats are worried, oh, all this stuff is gonna the healthcare premiums are gonna double on everybody, and they're gonna because the Republicans have shut the government down. No, they haven't. The Republicans have not shut the government down. They voted for the continuing resolution to keep the government open. They all voted for it. Yeah, the Republicans voted for it. Who voted against it? All the Democrats. All of them. All they need is like 5 to 7 senators to vote with the Republicans in the Senate to pass this and get it to President Trump's desk and get it signed into law and get the government open again. Now, here's the kicker about this, though. This is only going to last, and this thing only funds the government till the end of November. And then they got to go through it all over again. So, what good is it doing? Why can't they pass a budget? Why can't they come up with a budget? This continuing resolution thing has been going on for years now. I can't remember the last time they came up with a budget or even talked about one. It's absolutely ridiculous. And that's federal law. They're they're all breaking federal law and not coming up with a budget. It's just so badly broken, the whole system. Everything about our government is broken. Everything about it. We ha- the the judicial system is broken. You got judges just they won't sentence these criminals to their tr- to the terms of jail that they're supposed to. They give them light, very light sentences, and they're back out on the street, still committing crimes. They get out, go right back, and then they get another light sentence, get out, go right back. And then they end up somewhere down the line injuring or killing a police officer because they figure, oh, I'm just going to go get kicked right back out on the street. It's not going to hurt anything. So they escalate in their crime. It goes from petty theft to robbery to this to this to this. Petty theft, burglary, robbery, just keeps getting more violent. So you got a broken judicial system because nobody wants to put people away in jail where they should be. Do your damn job. You got prosecutors that, no, I don't think we should take this to court, take this to trial. I'm going to drop the charges. What the hell? Your job is to prosecute that case. Take it to the judge. And jury, let them figure it out. I've been in the courtroom where I've had prosecutors throw cases. I had one where one of my cases got thrown. I sat there and watched the prosecutor throw my case. You want to talk about pissed? I was livid. And I confronted that prosecutor. What the hell were you doing? And why did you do that? Oh, I really didn't think they needed to go to jail. What? That's not for you to decide. These people are out of control. But you got prosecutors. So you sit there and they get indicted by the grand jury, and they look at it and go, "Oh no, I'm not. I don't think this should go to trial." And then they do, so they go to the defense and say, "Oh, I think I'm going to dismiss this." Oh, okay. Or hey, let's. What kind of deal what are you looking for to get out of this? And the defense attorney comes up with something really ridiculously small, and the prosecutor goes, "Hey, yeah, that's okay. Let's go to the judge and get it taken care of." Oh, the crap I saw. And I thought we had a justice system. And then after that, it would have, I mean, just. And then you got the Congress. Oh, what a mess and a nightmare that stuff is. You talk about corrupt. Corrupt in all capital letters. There is nothing about our Senate and House that is not corrupt. There's not a single individual serving in either the House or Senate that is not corrupt. You don't go into serving in the House or Senate, excuse me, and end up being a millionaire off a $174,000 salary. Numbers don't add up, people. They just don't add up. Because someone somewhere, actually, it's a lot of people are buying them off. Crazy. And then the executive branches, the governors of these states, they're all crooked. I mean, you just listen to them talk. They're all out of their minds. Every one of them. I mean, this it just kills me how the stuff that they just I don't how they compare one thing to another thing, and how they're uh, relate things together, and how they put stuff is especially the Democrats. Wow, they are evil people, evil, 100% evil. And you know, I've believed that we have been fighting a cold. I don't know if if it's proper to call it a civil war or what, but um, it's been a cold war. Let's put it that way. And between the Republicans and Democrats, it's been going on for a while now, because there's I mean, you look at what's being said across the lines of the war now for a while, and it just keeps getting uglier and uglier and uglier. I mean, the ugliness of what's being said, and you sit there and listen to them, and you hear what they're saying, and you hear more of it from the Democrats, because the Democrats are, you just can't say enough bad things about them. You just can't, because that's what they are. They are Horrible people. Horrible. Um, the way they conduct themselves, the way they carry themselves, the way they act, the way they, uh, I mean, they act like babies. They act like children, young children. If they don't get their way, they just cry. Um, then they have this. They're all narcissists, every damn one of them. I swear they look in the mirror all the time and go, "Hey, yeah, well, hey, look at me, yeah, look at this, mm, yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna do good." That's the kind of arrogance I get from them, you know. Especially the Mount Donnie idiot from New York. He is just, ugh. If ever I've seen somebody so fake, it's him. I mean, what an act he puts on. Obama was just the same. I mean, they're about twins in the acting department. Oh my God. I can just imagine what they're like behind the scenes when the cameras are off. Oh, wow. I would be like, get me away from these guys. Jeez. I know behind the scenes it's 180. They are not pleasant to be around. It's just it just it can't be that way. Um, you just know. You just know. But anyway, um, yeah, I don't. It's just not making any sense to me. Um, especially in New York. Uh, I just don't get it. I, you know, I know there are Republicans in New York. I, I know there are. Why they don't come out to vote is beyond me. It is something that they really need to do if they want to save their city, state. Um, you need to come out and vote and get these buttheads that run the state and the city out. Maybe things will change. Look what Rudy Giuliani did to the city of New York in his 2 terms. Oh my gosh, New York was like a brand new city. Uh, it was incredible. Um, he just he turned everything around, and it was a really um, really good city to visit when he was in office. The police were allowed to do their job. Um, heck, I think if I remember right, I think homicides were below 100, and that was unheard of for that city. It just it was, but his theory was he believed in the broken windows theory. You go after people for the petty crimes, and it will stop the major crimes, and that's how it works, and it works. You have to start with the small stuff, and it will work its way to stop the big stuff, because the people that are doing the small stuff are usually ones doing the big stuff. And if they're getting popped all the time for the small stuff, they ain't got time to do the big stuff, because they're either getting picked up for the small stuff and taken to jail, or they're not doing anything because they're too busy being picked up on the small stuff all the time. That's how it works. But you gotta let your police be able to do their job. And then you sit there and the mom dommy moron wants to defund the police. He wants the police gone. Idiots. Idiots. Heck, they had the mayor of the city of Columbus said he doesn't want any officers that have that warrior mentality. You don't want a police officer that has a warrior mentality? Well, they're Gunther, or whatever your last name is. I got something to tell you. Those are the ones you want. You need officers with a warrior mentality, because when the crap goes down, you need somebody that's going to be in control and maintain control of themselves to be able to handle the situation and do it right. If you don't have somebody with a warrior mentality, everything's going to go bad, and has the potential to go bad, and not just bad in a small way, bad in a big way. But you wouldn't know about that because you've done nothing in your life to know. These libtards, they are stupid. Stupid. I just, it's insane. It's absolutely insane what they are doing. And the bad part is, I mean, when you look at a map of an election, especially of a presidential election like we just had in 2024, and you look at the counties, because they break everything down by counties, and you look at a full map of the United States with each county lined out, and you see how the voting went in the counties, and you see how many red ones there are versus blue ones, and you'll be astonished, because it looks like most of the country. And then you look at the vote counts, and then you look at all that stuff, and you go, how's it possible that it's this close? Well, it's because most of those counties are low population. But where it's all blue, those are major cities and surrounding suburbs. And if you're a Republican, you need to work your way into them cities and get it to the point where you can win them. And sadly, the way these cities are with Democrats for mayors and city council and all that junk, you're got a tall job ahead of you. And sadly, really sadly, is it looks like they're going to be in charge of these cities for a very long time because they've got it locked up, and they've had it locked up for quite a while. And that makes me sad. All the Democrats have to do is campaign in major cities, and they have pretty much the presidency locked up, including the electoral votes. That's how bad it is. But I just, all this stuff going on. I just get to the point where I can't watch it. I had a friend of mine, he posted on Facebook, Rachel Mad Cow, talking about how the Republicans shutdown has now created a huge problem with insurance premiums, health insurance premiums doubling. And it's all their fault because they got the government shut down and the premiums go up as of the first. And if they don't allow the Democrats to put that stuff in their bill to leave the subsidies in place to keep healthcare costs down and all that stuff, and I'm sitting there listening to this crap, and then reading the article below it, and I'm going, what the hell is she talking about? And I normally don't respond to stuff on Facebook or anywhere because it's just not worth the time. It's not. But this one was like, oh boy, this one's just too easy to respond to. And so I did. And I wrote that the Republicans are not responsible at all in any shape or form for the Obama subsidies running out at the end of this month. It's Obama that's at fault. I said, if the Democrats hadn't have put the sundown part of that in the bill, then they wouldn't have to worry. But they did for whatever reason. Because, you look at the bill and who signed all, or who voted for that bill? All Democrats. There were no Republicans that signed or voted for it. None of them. Not one. That was strictly a Democrat thing. The whole Obamacare was strictly Democrat. Not a single Republican voted on it. None. Zero. So when you want to blame stuff on the Affordable Care Act, that's all Democrat. You find your nearest Democrat politician and you give them grief about it. You give them grief about the sundowner portion of the act where, I'm sorry, but your premiums are doubling. They warned about this coming. It's not like this has been a secret. We all knew this was coming. But the legacy media, as usual, didn't want to report on it until somebody made a stink about it. And now they have to report on it. And now it's the Republicans' fault because they didn't vote for it. No, it's not the Republicans' fault. Sorry. Republicans did a good job. They didn't vote for that bill. They said, no, oh no, we're not. We don't want nothing to do with that. No way. And they were smart. Because look at the mess it's created. They said there were what? When they went to pass this thing, they said, oh, there's like how many million? I think 15, 20 million uninsured on the street. And this is by passing this and making people buy insurance and all that, or they get penalized. This will get everybody on insurance, and everybody will be covered now. And then they went and did a study about 2 or 3 years later, and there were still 15 to 20 million people without health insurance. Oh my goodness. I wonder why. Because it's not affordable. And by then, the whole whatever, I forget, tax, what they ruled it was a tax if you got charged and you had to be held in jail for 3 days for not buying it and all whatever it was. I mean, it was some ridiculous penalty. And they came in and stepped in and said, oh no, you can't enforce that. This whole thing's been absolutely stupid and insane. And I'm sorry, but you voted for Obama, and we conservatives tried to tell you no. And you said, "Oh, but we need the hope and change." And we were like, "Okay, that's up to you, but you're going to screw yourself and everybody else." And that's exactly what happened. So, okay, you got what you got. Now your insurance premiums are doubling. Enjoy. Because it's not the Republicans' fault. Not one bit. They didn't vote for it and they didn't support it. And now, with this continuing resolution, they passed it to keep the government open. It does not have that money in there. And the Democrats want to add $1.5 trillion to make sure that that's in there. No, it does not need to be in there. Sorry. Let the damn rates double or get rid of the damn law, because that law was poorly written by the insurance companies, so they get paid whether you buy the insurance or not. And that's what it's all about. And with that, time to sign off. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for tuning in and checking in. I really appreciate it. And that's from the heart. Take care of yourselves. Please, 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 please get your face out of the phone when you're out and about. Watch your surroundings. Please be aware of your surroundings and what's going on. Do not become a victim, and be vigilant in where you are. Take care of yourselves. Watch out for one another. I really, really mean that. This is a very, very cruel world we're living in right now, and a very unpredictable one. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.